I've had my ups and downs, my fair share of bumpy roads and heavy winds. That's what made me what I am today. Now I stand here before you. What you see is a body crafted to perfection, a pair of legs engineered to defy the laws of physics, and a mindset to master the most epic of splits.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time. We
There's been like 15 articles in the last 3 weeks or something.
Well,
like
there was.
it feels
there was
like
one There was one this week that was quite contentious. So
I like that one.
I can go ahead and bring that one up if you want me to.
I liked it. I liked it too.
Okay. Well, that's a hot take apparently. So
I mean, well, yeah. Honestly, I think. Well, I'll let you bring it up.
I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll let you.
It seems to be a hot take to say that. It was like
there are a lot of strong opinions for sure.
To say that I liked it as a hot take.
To some people, from what I've
for sure
been reading,
I
feel
first
like
of all,
it is.
You're always going to piss someone off.
Yeah, it's a very well written article.
You're talking about this one, I assume, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Hee-haw.
Hee-haw. How long has Hee-haw been around, by the way?
On the spaces, so apparently he left after Murad got in because he said he was afraid it was going to come too corporate, and then he came back to it, I guess, when the market has cooled off, and is like realized it's the same as it always was, and that's when he said he full ported back in basically. So.
Sweet.
So apparently he was early and then left, and now he's back.
A lot of drama behind this one article.
Yes. So what did you like about it? What did you like about it, Michael?
I thought it was really well written. I think from like first principles, if we're like, first of all, I'm not a godly person, but I do believe I am spiritual, and I like to think that love and the universe and God are all kind of the same thing. But that's my normie take. But from first principles, if we like say God is good and the devil is bad, if your experience with SPX is like impacting your life, and you're moving towards good, and you're also finding God or faith or belief through that, I agree with his article. The only thing I think that, sorry, I shouldn't say the only thing, but I think the statement that really ruffled people's feathers was the direct comparison by saying, what is the market cap of God? Because everything else I thought was great and I really liked it, but that one statement or direct comparison, I think, was off.
Yeah.
That was maybe my favorite line in the whole article.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that's what ruffled people's feathers. It didn't ruffle my feathers, but yeah.
Well, and also I think some people had problems with comparing it to. It doesn't really even do that though. Some people thought he compared it to Jesus or something. It mentions Jesus, but I didn't really take it that way. But anyways,
yeah. I mean, I get why it ruffled a lot of feathers, especially when especially things like that. But number one, like it's just an article from one person, right? So like, I think everyone just always has to, because I saw a lot of people being like, oh, well, like, now that's SPX or something like that. And it's just like, obviously it's not, it's just an article, but yeah. But like Michael's saying, like, if you're in good faith, like in an SPX, like there's definitely a correlation with that, and I definitely agree on that context for sure. You know.
Yeah, I mean, SPX definitely has a spiritual component.
Mhm.
Early on, a lot of the memes were very like spiritual coded, divinity, and I love all those memes. I thought they were awesome. You know, you don't see them that much anymore, but yeah, I mean, early Bitcoin, there was a spiritual reverence to it as well. So I don't know. I
Yeah, I
like
know.
this. I like this part of SPX, to be honest.
I do as well. I think it's good. And I am not that I'm an authority or anything, but I am a Christian, and I was not offended by that article at all. I think whatever, if it brings you closer to God, that is a good thing. And
Yeah.
also, I don't. It's like this is badass. Like if people identify with SPX, like as like in a fucking religious way, it was just okay. Let's forget. I mean, if somebody really identifies with it that way, which a lot of people do, how would you not think that's? I'm just saying because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, this is bearish" or whatever. That's what I keep hearing from like the people outside the community. Like, "Oh my god, look what they're doing." It's like that is bullish as hell. Somebody thinks of it that way.
Audacious is saying that as well.
I have seen Audacious say that too, and some of the people in the community. That's true, and I disagree with Audacious on that, but
Yeah, I really like this article. I mean, overall, it says it's an asset class in the image of God. It's not like directly comparing to the highest God. Obviously, he's got better things to do than to worry about this. But like, just the whole story of SPX and what we're trying to do, just very like kind of underdog, trying to do the impossible, essentially. I mean, it's just very similar to like the story of Jesus or different stories. And, the whole idea of, Western culture as a whole, God has really been removed from the scene since the inception of like, America, and it's just been replaced with materialism. So along with that comes with all the sinning that happens. And that is what brings your consciousness lower. It's what brings people to gamble, to trade, to lust, to do all those things that take you away from your purpose. And if you're in SPX or you find SPX, you slowly get into it. It's just like you discovering your faith again. You probably slowly get into the Bible and start thinking about it more, reading it more. So you join the community, start talking to people. You kind of see what they are interested in, what their views are like, and you find like this is a good community. It's like no different than like discovering your local church that you always drive by and you feel like, oh, this is actually a good community, and you want to support that, be involved in that. And it's like it's not about the money. The less it is about the money, then the higher it's going to go, essentially, because we're all focused on the work. That's like the main thing. Like we've been showing up every Tuesday for God knows how long and everything. So I think that's kind of like that's kind of like the community aspect of helping others, serving others is the biggest thing. And I see that all the time in SPX, just people always willing to help each other out in so many different ways, teaching each other new skills, being kind to each other. Like these are just things that God wants us to do. And if this is one mechanism to do that, then, I think that's, you don't see that in crypto, quite frankly.
Hey Chang, how's it going, dude? I will say Chang had the opposite take, at least in a post. I actually talked to Chang. I don't know if y'all saw that. Since Chang has arrived in chat, I'll just bring this up.
Yeah, but let's put some contrast. Let's put some.
Yep. So it's happening. So he thinks the whole discourse is happening because people have been conditioned to believe in the version of love that's portrayed in Western liberal media. So essentially, and I don't want to sum up too much, but he's kind of saying fun is what we should be focused on. Is if you wanted to put a rough summary to this post, which I think fun it should be a part of the equation, not just not acting. I think one of the complaints against the other article was it's like word salady. Maybe it's a dumb person pretending to be smart, I think is how some people took it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think it was. I think it was I think he really believes what he wrote, and I think it resonated with people. And I think there's that other part of SPX that's like fun and want to be fun at their core, and that's what they want it to be focused on, which I think is fair as well.
But
And I think there is a lot of fun to be had.
yeah, I was just gonna say like that's like I don't think it's like it's just an article. That doesn't mean SPX is focused on this, but it's also maybe been I kind of I read it, I read it, and then like the beginning he's kind of talking about how like over the time in the recent, I guess it's been kind of twisted more so in that way by just newer people maybe, or newer holders. And I think part of it is people just trying to express themselves, but then maybe like you said, some of it might be a word salad. And if it is people just trying to express themselves because that's how it makes them feel, I think that's perfectly fine, right? Like that's what we're all here for. And I mean, I the funny stuff is like what's able to kind of keep you, for me at least, like persisting a little more, because when things get bad, it's like, are you going to dwell on the bad things, or are you going to make it a good situation and be positive, right? And it's like, how do you be positive when you're down, except kind of maybe be silly? Like people try and make you laugh when you're a little sad, right? And it's like, it feels good. So I think that's kind of almost like a secret unlock when in terms of being silly with SPX, because like you said, he said it's Marie Rose, it's a cute girl flipping the stock market, like
Yeah.
And it's kind of just that's what the funniest shit was for me kind of when I first saw all the stuff. And I think everything else that comes out is great, obviously, but there's definitely something to that, I think, and it needs to be kept around, So
Yeah, and I talked to Chang a little bit about it because I was kind of confused because he was talking about kind of like enforcing it to a degree is what he said. I said, so we should hate on other types of content outside of fun. And at first he was like, yeah, basically. I'm like, that seems a little extreme. But then we kept talking a bit, and then because then he said, well, I like what Munchies writes. I like what so and so writes. I think that's real smart. Right. And it's like, well, there's a lot of people that say smart things. So I think at the end of the day, I think people want it to be. I think everybody agrees we want quality over quantity. I think that also comes back to that argument of AI slop and all that too, which I think is very valid. I think we don't want just trash content. At the same time, we don't want to hate on people for trying. I mean, it's like I don't know. It's like a
decentralization.
So what again?
It's decentralization.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I don't know if you guys got to listen to the Monday on Spaces yesterday.
Did not.
There were this all got talked about quite a lot, and there were a lot of voices talking and a lot of really good takes and perspective, and it felt like a super productive space. I would recommend listening to it. One of the things that I think someone brought this up, and I felt like it was pretty accurate, is that like it got a pretty big Murad like support. He had said something about like this might be like the most important article ever written about SPX or whatever. Yeah. And I think that also rubbed some people the wrong way, understandably so. But like whatever, like people are going to support different things and resonate, stronger with different things. I honestly, I didn't even read the full article because it's just not what I resonate with. But I kind of had a very like short back and forth with Audacious, not like arguing, or at least I didn't feel like I was arguing, but I felt like I was sort of speaking in Hiha's defense of saying like, hey, it's just his experience. And like, there's nothing wrong with him sharing his experience. Like no one's, at least in my opinion, it's not the kind of like, imagery and like rationale that I tend to use or felt like it spoke to me personally, but a lot of people, it did speak to them. And like what Krishna was saying earlier, it's like if it's leading you to a good place, that's a good thing. So like, so I think, but with the Murad voice being as like prominent as he is, I think that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
Well, and
Because like
Murad's
obviously
always
Audacious had some really strong opinions about it, and I think those opinions are also valid.
and Murad's always had us like kind of this promoted more the serious side to a degree. I mean,
Yeah, obviously,
that's
he
his
kind of
bent.
has to a little bit. Like
His
it's
bent, you know.
the way that I looked at it though is like I think that there's what Aeon Wasi said. There will be something for everyone in the Cognisphere. I think there's so much diversity and like everyone resonates with different stuff as long as like the mission and the culture stays central, and everyone keeps that kind of central to what we're doing, then there can be a lot of different religions involved. There can be a lot of different philosophies involved, a lot of different people involved, and that's okay. And you know, the important thing is to like learn to work in the balance of letting everyone have their influence, their say, and you know, we self-regulate.
So
No, yeah, go ahead.
no, I was kind of gonna go on to maybe this is a point where it's more reasonable to get the SPX account up and running, right? Because it's been, you know, like right now it's like, oh, Murad is like the retweeter of all, you know, tweeters, right?
Sure,
Because he's got the most reach. So it's
Right.
like, you know, all right, so well, if we get the SPX account and we retweet the articles that should be retweeted, then why don't we do that, right? Which,
right.
because I understand
it
the
was,
whole
though.
Murad thing. I just, you know, I don't know, but I understand the whole Murad
Yeah.
thing, right? And it's like not everyone feels that way, and for him to be like, this is the most important article, like, and understanding his impact on the timeline, yeah,
Right.
definitely gonna rub people the wrong way, you know? 'Cause,
Yeah, that's fair. And
you know?
the account is online, but it doesn't post very often. The main
Yeah.
account.
Yep.
It's
It
much
posted
less
today. It posted STPC's recent video, which was sweet.
Okay, nice.
Oh, I didn't see that. Cool. Let me bring that up.
But yeah, in terms of, you know, just anything else, like, you know, I don't know why it's not more active. Maybe Michael's got more insight on that, but I know Hype
No,
Man
I
might have
don't
mentioned
know
something
why
about
it's
that.
not more active.
Yeah,
It definitely seems like the account wants to push the creator side of things, which I think is the right thing to do because
100%.
it's aligned with our aesthetic and our values always. But yeah, I think we're always going to have people relating to SPX through their own lens. That's never going to change. But as long as the core mission is flipping the stock market, then we're good. Like we're going to keep drawing in more people, and there will be other takes that we might find absurd, but that's just how it's going to be because people are fanatics. Like, look at us. We're freaking...
No,
You know,
seriously.
we feel very, very strongly, and we all have a different lens on life. So we all have a different lens on SPX, and that, but it brings us together. So it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I just don't think that will ever change. And yeah, not to talk about Bitcoin again, but Bitcoin was the exact same thing. It was, people were writing the weirdest articles about Bitcoin back in the day. Like
The Bitcoin
it had a-
Citadel. That was a
yeah,
big one.
there was, yeah.
Michael,
There
you
was, like-
you were when did you get into Bitcoin early, or were you around?
No, I didn't. But
just-
I
did you
am.
read? Okay.
I am a Bitcoiner, and I have read
Is
through a lot of the
Satoshi
older
Nakamoto?
essays.
Right. Okay.
Pardon me, Slow.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, you went down the Bitcoin rabbit hole.
Oh no, it's okay. I did for sure.
Yeah, me too.
And I just appreciated all the oddball essays, you know, comparing Bitcoin to a mycelial network and blah blah blah. You know, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and the other one is this just reminds me of one that I think that was very controversial, but it's actually like funny, and I think some people you either take it funny or you take it seriously. The Bitcoin Citadel idea is like only the people who own Bitcoin will be in the Citadel, and then everybody outside the Bitcoin. Like if you're a whole corner, you're on a higher tier. You have less coins. You're just like drowning into the abyss.
You're a pleb.
Yeah, they have a very kind of dark, but it's a different culture with Bitcoin. But I'm sure if somebody put an article out like that for SPX, that'd probably rub people the wrong way.
Yeah,
You should.
If you don't own SPX, it's not going to be good.
I did think it was interesting to kind of see how a lot of people responded to a very like strong religious writing, and like associating that with SPX, because I think a lot of people, if I had to take a guess, and I'm not trying to speak for him, but if I had to take a guess, I would think that like Audacious's most valid fear is that like religious fanaticism can hurt anything. Any kind of fanaticism or like extremism can be very dangerous and get out of hand quickly. And I'm actually totally with Audacious on that. I would be on that side of saying like, I didn't have an issue with the article or anything like that, but I was very curious to see how people responded. And there were some responses that I thought were kind of interesting because obviously religion is something that people hold very dear to, you know, who they are and their like very fundamental belief systems. And just really interesting to see like the emotions behind it and how people responded to that.
Yeah, I think it would be different if it was like, we need to worship SPX or something crazy like that. It was very much like, this is a vehicle to get to God. At least that's how I took it. I think that's what he meant. And so it's a little, you know, it's not like we're going to make the SPX religion. You know, I didn't take that away from it. But.
Right.
I think it also means like there's just a lot of people involved that have faith, you know, to an extent in something, you know, like Michael was saying, first principles, like good and evil, right? Like that's
right.
The basis of everyone's religion, essentially. So, yeah.
No other coin makes these kind of discussions happen. You know what I mean? That's what I think is cool about it.
Yeah.
To me, that's the takeaway.
Yeah. In the middle of the bear market, we're just debating like theology and philosophy and like how it relates to our token's community value.
I mean, this is essentially our volleyball practice right now. We're all hanging out, getting to know each other, talking about theology. And like, that's, you know, it was a catalyst for this. So in my eyes, it's good. And also it's just one person's opinion.
Yes.
Even though some people agreed with it, it doesn't mean that this is our like collective opinion. But I will say this on the Project Aeon website, and the first sentence is, if we could harness the power of God, could we flip the stock market? So there has always been divinity like wrapped up in this token, like in some way, and like intrinsically.
Aeons are angels.
Yeah, like literally, you know.
Yeah, we are the protectors. Speaking of Aeons, who needs to put an Aeon on right here? Krishna and Jeffery. Aeons are cheap. They're like 0.33 ETH right now. I know you guys are attached to your PFPs, but you guys are leaders in the space now. You guys need to be rocking Aeons.
Yeah, I gotta see what happens with these next couple of weeks here.
Yeah, sorry, need is not the right word, but
no, I definitely need one. I actually told I told Chad one the other day. I think it was in this space or whatever. I was like, yeah, like I'm just gonna get one whenever from you, so make sure you got like a couple, you know. You know, like when I can get one, you know.
I'm tempted to grab another one, to be honest, especially with ETH down to what, like 2K.
I saw that too. I was like, gee, Louis, like
It's like what, $600 or
crazy.
$700 now for an
Yeah.
Aeon, something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's
yeah,
deal of a deal.
insane.
I think somebody who has multiple should just give me one.
That's fair.
Sorry, I'm not buying one. I'm not buying an Aeon right now.
No, that's fair.
he's like, I'm not doing it. I can't justify it.
I'd rather buy my SPX. If
That,
I'm being honest.
I you can't argue with that. It's hard to argue with that.
Jasper's got the right idea.
I had to pitch it to you guys though.
Yeah. No, trust me,
appreciate
man.
it.
It's on my mind more often than not, especially with Jasper's strategy. You know, just DCA and ETH till he can get enough, and I'm sure he's close by now. He's been DCA and ETH for a while now, and it's
He's
it's
got
down
like
now,
nice
so I'm sure
one,
he's
I think.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's getting there.
yeah.
We've seen
Mine is,
we've seen like 5 or so Aeons that in the past like week or two put the girl on, so it's been cool.
Just Saucy,
Yeah.
Nick, or two that come to my mind.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
cool.
gonna have to sell all my silver.
Dump the silver, dude.
Do it.
We'll buy a couple.
Dump the silver. Oh man, yeah.
At this point, I really like my, fake Aeon, I guess, but that's
It is
just-
pretty awesome.
But there really is nothing like the originals, honestly. You know, like
Yeah,
when you see it, you're like, oh shit, I better watch what I say.
You should definitely. I know what you should. Jeffrey, I know what you should wear. You should wear cores. That'd be better.
Yeah. No, I try to
Just
keep
kidding.
my, I try and keep my opinion on the core is kind of
That's another
at
drama
level
thing.
at level 1. So
Sorry,
I just
there's been a lot of drama lately.
yeah, I just let everybody else. It's like, all right, yeah, not just me thinking that shit. So but yeah, I'll keep it at that. Just don't really want to give it attention because it's just like, to me,
No,
it's
I
just like
agree.
whatever. I do like, the idea of like the burning tokens with things attached to us, like SPX community, and as like something like whatever in a bullish sense, right? Whatever for even crypto in a sense, just moving forward, right? Like things like that happening is a good thing, is a positive, but
Yeah, that's
everything
cool.
else,
Interesting.
the whole not related to SPX and things like that is kind of just like, all right, well,
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm not really a fan of that shit, but it's all good.
A little odd.
It's all good,
It is
Yeah.
interesting to see how, like, over time, or at least my exposure of the community, right? Because we all have our different, like, fucking algorithms and timelines and shit. But like, my exposure of the community, how the conversation kind of like goes from week to week about different things. And it is really interesting to think about how much, you hear OGs say like mute and move on, mute and move on, mute and move on. Like, don't give it attention. Because it is interesting that, like, I would say over the last week and a half or something, there's been a lot of discussion happening everywhere. It's just been interesting to see what is being discussed and how easy it is for people giving things attention, that suddenly it gets more attention, and then it gets more attention, and then that's the thing that we're all talking about for a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you start thinking about like, was that the most productive
Week.
shared computational power of all of our brains to be talking about this one topic versus all of the other things we could be talking about,
I would say this week definitely not. I think it was
No.
definitely not.
And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it does highlight how easy it is for like drama or things that could just be drama, PvP or whatever. And it very quickly gets everyone's attention when like we could be spending our attention on sometimes more important things, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been muting and moving on for a long time now.
Long
And
time.
I've never really cared about anybody like what they said on Twitter, because I didn't really have a Twitter till SPX, so I didn't like just have that sense of Twitter or whatever. I didn't give a fuck, like whoever these people, they're not even just not even, I don't even know who they are, right? So like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, so like just muting and moving on and like understanding well, like you said, where to put your energy and focus can definitely have a bigger impact than, you know, your first instinct when seeing something. So like I don't even see so much all the gossip or whatever you want to call it. Like I barely see all that shit, honestly. I don't know why. Maybe my algorithm just like knows. But it's because like sometimes you guys will say stuff and I'm like, man, I didn't see it, you know.
Yeah.
What's that, you know? But
It's probably because I'm addicted to X. That I see all of it. I look at it constantly.
Chad's in there like, what do we got going on?
I need my fix
No,
today.
but that's
It's
good
got
though,
hot
you know, like you're just like keeping up with everything, you know, like seeing what's
Yeah.
going on and stuff. And
Yeah.
But
I work from home, so
yeah, that as well, right? So you always got the, you know, it's just like right there anyway, you
I got
know.
the temptation to look at it.
Just
At least-
refreshing every minute.
At least you're not getting your dopamine from price movements.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, that's definitely true. But there were actually a lot of really good posts that I think people sort of missed. There was Jesse went to Bitcoin El Salvador and was shilling SPX there. That's amazing.
Oh
That's
yeah,
I did see
awesome.
some pictures of that. Yeah.
That's cool. Like, wow,
Yeah.
that should have been more celebrated, but it was like whatever.
You are in fact correct, and I feel like that's like a big. Honestly, now that you say that, that's like interesting. That all the like it was more the negative that got fed, right, instead of the positive. You know.
People have been looking at charts too much. That's definitely why.
Yeah, it's just like what are you guys fucking looking at? You know.
Yeah.
It's definitely why.
You know, like what are you looking at?
That's the reality of it.
You know?
It's bear market. I guarantee we wouldn't be having this conversation about that article had it's been released at a different date. That's my
There's
opinion.
also
true.
been more like FUD, and I feel like PvP like just happening in general because it's not, you know, it's not just like people are minding their own business and stuff. Like everyone is just everyone everywhere is fucking freaking out on X about everything. I don't mean Aeons. I just mean like the overall sentiment of like crypto Twitter and stuff is like everyone's fucking. I noticed it on Reddit. I could tell that like
Even
there was,
Reddit.
there was a increase of like the Reddit
FUD. Bro, there was
filtering
a 500 attack, bro. There was a
Yeah,
500
yeah,
attack
like
on
the
Reddit, bro.
PvP and
Legit.
the FUD was like coming out of the fucking.
There was like a fucking a little network of people trying to like, you know, slow nose. People acting like we weren't letting them speak their mind and shit, and they were just like in a little fucking group, just like commenting on each other, saying the same shit, and like, you know how it is. And it's crazy because it was like literally like all the past couple days, right? Slow, like all the same posts, and it's like, what is going on right now? Like, you know.
Yeah, no, and it's like you can tell it's orchestrated because then the first thing they started doing was talking about how moderators are silencing everybody's voice and we're like controlling the narrative on Reddit.
Yeah, no.
Even today, some dude. Did you? Yeah, you saw that, Jeffrey, the guy that was banned. And
yeah, I saw him because I banned him because for doing his like, you know, because he's doing his like, you know, like fake shill in SPX, and then you go to his history and he's like,
I know,
all over the derivative sub, like, yeah, man, this is the same community. We're all just here doing this, and it's like, all right, like, I'm not even gonna message you and let you know why, like, you know why. You can't
you know? They're vamping.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I got another account. I'm already in here. Good luck finding me. It's like, all right, dude, like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Check this out. This dude who was banned, like he and I had one message back and forth where he was basically like, let me back in. And I was like, no. and he goes, anyway, it's fine. I'll just rejoin under a new account. And when the community gets bigger, I'm going to publicly call you out on this. You created this situation, not me. See you back in the sub under a new name. And I'm back in now. Good luck finding. Like, Jesus Christ. Get a life, dude. I instantly posted that shit in the Reddit and
It's
was
so
like,
funny,
yeah, this dude's gonna watch out, everyone. We got blackmailers, we got scammers.
Slow, you're gonna be famous soon.
I know, dude.
That's awesome.
You're going to be exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna be coming for you.
Guy who's trying to tell me how much of an Aeon he is instantly says he's gonna blackmail me in the future.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like the top
okay,
post.
yeah,
Yeah,
so, yeah,
like the
really
top post
passing
was-
the sniff test here,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah. He threw like a paragraph how he was like, "Yeah, dude, we're all like, in this together."
We're all on the same team. No PvP.
And then the next paragraph, he's like, "Ah, man, fuck you. I already got
Yeah.
you." All right. But anyway, did you guys hear?
What?
We're flipping the stock market.
Ooh. That's amazing.
Uh,
I heard
it's big
SPY
news.
down to 6,900, like $69 and
No.
0 cents or
I
something.
wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, it's a massive glitch in the system.
It's probably
Oh,
just a
that
coincidence.
glitch.
Probably just a
So
coincidence.
good.
Yeah.
The synchronicities are increasing.
Dead for real.
Yeah. They don't even notice. They
Michael,
don't
how
notice
many Aeons do you have?
I have one.
Oh,
that
okay.
one.
I have one, and I've only ever had one, but I might buy another. I've been pushing Aeons just because I want to see more on the timeline. To be honest.
Yeah, I think I said that in the video. You're like a champion for him.
I try to be, just because I do really think that the more we are out there, the more visible we are, the better. Like, it can't be worse. And so many people in this community are just good humans in general. It's just a good look to be a cohesive force, a cohesive visual force.
Yeah.
It's true. So that's my take on it. And also, they're just going to be, the provenance is going to be insane in 5 years, 10 years of having one of these things. And I want to see the deserving people own them now and reap the social rewards that come along with it. Not like, forget the monetary rewards, because I'm not selling mine anyways. But
yeah, I mean, when people
Yeah.
like have a CryptoPunk, it means a lot. It's
exactly.
Cool. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I totally agree with you, man. And that's kind of like, for as much as people want to get SPX now, like I honestly think the like monetary price of Aeons is going to, at least at times, just be totally astronomical. Because I think there will be a lot of people like trying to buy, people that we don't want buying Aeons and then trying to jack up the price and everything like that.
Yeah.
So the more that people do buy Aeons at these low prices, like there are literally only 3,333 of them. So
Exactly.
You make a
Like-
very strong point there, Slow. In terms
hey,
of
I got
is
my
true.
Aeon, and it's
Yeah.
probably the only Aeon I'm ever getting.
And I've got a formula that I use in my head, and this is not scientific, and it's just in my head. But I think Aeons, the floor. I think the floor price times the Aeons should be worth 2% of the market cap of SPX. That's what I think.
Why 2%?
I don't remember why I came with 2%. It was
it's not science. Remember, guys, it's
Doesn't
not
matter.
real good
It
math.
doesn't matter.
It's just
Not
something I was saying.
so. I think they should be worth 6,000 SPX
Okay.
per Aeon, and right now it's at like 23.33. So it's
If
like
we
half
bump
of what I
that
think it should
number
be.
up to 3.333%, I'll agree with your science.
Well, that's
that does
even
seem
better. So I would argue if you have the money to buy an Aeon, I think it's a better financial deal. I would argue that. That's not financial advice, but
Not
Nice.
a NFA.
I saw Bapril comment on that post that you made a few days ago talking about that, and he mentioned having an SPX Aeon marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
What did he? Sorry, I'm lost. What did he mean? I think he
oh,
just
you
meant
mean like
the value.
pricing it?
I think,
in
yeah,
SPX,
just
I think.
pricing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
right.
what he
Okay.
meant.
Yeah,
Which I think would be cool. That was a cool
yeah, that
idea.
would be cool.
I really think it should be like 6,000.
I
Based
think
on
one
what
of
I
the
think.
I think one of the reasons, one of the things for people to consider is that I think there are a lot of Aeons who are never going to sell their Aeon. Like, I mean,
Oh, why
Right.
would you?
I'm not.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
I
no.
have this Aeon now, and we'll probably have it for the next 50 years.
I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
like, good luck
Yeah.
getting it.
Same.
I hate to say this.
I'm not
I hate to.
selling it ever.
I hate to say this. So Hype bought the 101 NFT in Aeon from Esthetician, however you
Yeah.
say their name, that won the
Yeah.
TikTok contest.
Yeah.
He bought it for I think a good bit. I shouldn't even say it, but I'm kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping.
You gonna scoop that?
I'm kind of hoping he capitulates when he gives it to me.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know if he ever would. He probably wouldn't, but for not for a price, a decent price. But I would.
You got dibs? You've already talked to him?
I said it's amazing, and I'd love to have it.
Who has deeper pockets?
I don't think he'd sell it though.
No, I don't.
Not for these
No, you
low,
shouldn't.
not for the low prices that things are going for right now. It'd be stupid.
Absolutely not.
But that would be.
No, I mean those, especially now. Like if people are putting them on now, and then they're just more like Michael was saying on the timeline, like more prevalent on the timeline, because they are like a one-of-one NFT in terms of how they're not just like connected on the surface, but they're like deeply connected with the community and the coin. You know, like
Right.
So, it definitely, they're like, it's definitely going to be a more talked about NFT in the near future. And, just because the SPX community is growing and not many other communities have a NFT collection so directly kind of attached to the community.
Well, yeah,
How
and you
many
can feel.
Aeons are for sale right now? Does anyone
Can't
know?
remember. Hundreds?
I'm gonna look it up.
That's the other thing is like it's not like there's necessarily a big supply of them out there even like
No. And probably 10% of the supply, they're just people storing them on Blur or Magic Eden because they're 69 ETH. Like they're just being stored there. They're not actually trying to sell them.
Like at a reasonable price, right?
There's definitely a good amount of. I don't know whose was it. Maybe it was Michael's podcast where he mentioned that people just bought the NFTs instead of even buying the coin. Like, or maybe Chad mentioned that to me one time. That
there's some people who are very heavily weighted towards NFTs over there,
Right?
Because there's definitely
a few OGs.
Okay.
I think a few OGs capitulated their SPX stack, but still have the Aeons. I shouldn't even say a few. It's like one or two people.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So with let me see. Within reason, it says 154 listed. In reality, it's probably like 100 within reason, like a reasonable price that that actually could possibly sell.
Right.
So not very many.
Not very many,
And
especially
then you think of how many people hold SPX.
Yeah, the 200 or 200,000.
Dude, y'all are making me want to buy another one. Can y'all stop?
I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. I just typed in OpenSea.
Don't need to stop.
How many people do you guys see on X, like regularly? 100, 200, 1,000?
Somewhere around 100
Like
to 200.
100 to 200.
What is?
Yeah.
I would say that's
Fair.
roughly like the amount of people that I see regularly and interact with. Interact with, like I know their name, I know their PFP, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what I see too.
Well,
I've
what
been
was your
seeing a lot
question again,
newer
Michael? I
names.
missed it.
Sorry.
I was just curious how many Aeons you see on the timeline, like regularly.
Yeah, that's probably right. 102. There's tons we don't know about, Like there's
There are.
I found one today. I was like, I'd never seen him ever, and he'd been posting for a long time talking about how he's finally hit his goals. And it was I can't remember the name of it now, but it's just crazy how many people are involved now.
It's
There are
definitely
numerous
amazing.
people kind of siloed in that in the SPX community, and they post in that community, and sometimes you see it on CT, but I don't see them all the time. You know, the community that BAP runs?
Yeah, I do.
Like, if I ever go in there, I don't recognize anyone.
That's crazy, honestly. I mean, I've definitely seen a lot newer people popping up on my timeline, and then when I check their history, they've like been around for a while. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where have you been? Like, you know, it's definitely it's especially now, like seeing, maybe that's why I'm seeing more eons now, because the timeline's so dead that all these eons that have been getting filtered out from the noise are now popping up because we're the only people here, essentially, right?
We are the last guardians.
Guardians
The
of
last.
crypto.
I mean, the rest of crypto Twitter is a cesspool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that I see that
I mean, it's either pump fun degenerates, it's either communities that are utterly dying and it's just sad, or it's bearish macro bitches, basically.
And you know what's funny? We're an hour into this chat right now. We haven't even like touched on Bitcoin dropping to 73K today. Like, we haven't even thought about it. It's so funny. I love it.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. Can y'all talk about something? I'm like, we're not a crypto podcast. We're show. We're a SPX 1600 show. That's all we talk about.
What's going on with that thing with the lines? What's going on with Bitcoin? When's the market turn?
Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about.
Thing with the line.
The
it
line
dropped below
thing.
the line.
Yeah.
Oh, it went down because of this reason, or maybe this reason, or this guy said this. Some
Didn't
leader
follow
did
this
that.
channel.
Yeah, they're
The
going for
fuck?
700. Jay said. Yeah, I think.
Is that it around there?
JSAT picked
It's
one
around
up.
700. Yeah.
Jay said you got to pick one up, brother.
Cheaper than I expect. Not bad. Exactly.
Chad just
Not
said
bad.
not financial advice, but he thinks it's a better bang for your buck right now to get
Not
it.
Aeon advice.
Yeah, that's what he said.
There are roughly 100 Aeons for
Retard
under
advice.
5 ETH, about 30 for 0.5 ETH.
What is ETH right now? It's like $2,000 or
20.
something.
Couple dollar.
Couple dollars. Couple dollars.
22.65. It's like,
Okay, so for about $1,000, there's about 30 or so that are
I think
about
it's even
$1,000.
what's 0.3 times 22?
$700.
$1,000 or less for sale.
0.3309 though, you know, so like it's a little bit.
That's like 750. That's even less
Yeah.
than
750.
750.
There you go.
Honestly, under $1,000 is like that's
Never
probably-
again.
You're gonna see them.
You're making me bullish. I'm gonna have to
Never,
buy another
never
one.
again, Chad. You're gonna get it like this. You might
I'll
want to
have
add
get
one.
another one.
Yeah.
Am I gonna buy another one? Fuck.
Might have to.
I like so many. That's my problem.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Well, I love none of the ones on. I don't buy the expensive ones. I try to go for the floor ones just because I just like to keep them closer there. But whenever I see them, none of them are super appealing to me at the moment. So I'm not gonna buy it if it's not that appealing to me.
Yeah.
This one's fucking sick. Number 1761, Aeon 1761, 0.69 ETH. Sick.
1760.
1761. Pull it up.
I'll bring it
Chad,
up.
pull it up.
Let's see it.
Oh, okay.
You said on your last chat.
Oh,
or I don't know what it-
1761.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know where I saw it, but Useless Flame, how his alt is Blaze.
Mhm.
I really like his Aeon as well.
Okay, I did want to show this other video that was interesting, and it's got a lot to do with. I don't know if you all saw this or not. This is about Moss.
Nope.
Moss is great.
Do you mind if I just play it real quick? It's just 2 minutes.
Yeah, bro.
Go for
Play
it.
it.
Actually, I need to turn on the sound. 1 second. Have to stop. Bring it back. 1 second. There might be a little echo on your end. I'll try to be quiet so y'all don't hear it. But here it goes.
SlowAeons, it's Moss here. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to look at what this discussion around artistic production really touches, because we're seeing people reach for protective instincts, but protection here quickly turns into implicit governance, deciding what belongs, what doesn't, who's legit and who's not. That's a political move, even when framed as cultural care. Many think they're defending an aesthetic, but they're actually taking a position on how power should operate inside the movement. That's where the mismatch happens. SPX isn't built to resolve this through authority or permission, but by letting meaning emerge over time through use, resonance, collective practice. So what's at stake here isn't artistic first. These are questions of political philosophy, social organization, power dynamics. Who defines meaning and how? Look, SPX, whether we like it or not, will grow into something else, but through lived experience, not predefinition. New artistic languages need space and freedom, and if we can't offer that, what is our purpose really? Protecting culture, even with the best intentions, is an institutional instinct. Decentralized cultures survive by being tested over time, not guarded. We need to trust that process. What guides SPX isn't aesthetics, but principles, decentralization, no hierarchy, permissionlessness, coordination without domination. They either apply to everything or it all collapses. And they only hold if we uphold them daily, especially when pressure makes control tempting. SPX will always attract some people for the wrong reasons. Some contributions stick and we benefit, others won't. But only time sorts that out. Not authority and certainly not gatekeeping. So if you care about a particular aesthetic, get your ass to work, support it, share it, build with it, and promote it. But that's where your individual authority stops, and where collective process and the movement's filtering mechanisms must be trusted. Otherwise, we head down a dangerous path.
I thought that was well stated.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That was like the best thing I've heard fucking this year.
Dude, it
Maybe
really
longer.
is. It was so good. Well articulated.
Well
Yeah.
articulated.
I think
We get to vote with our likes. We get to vote with what we create.
There you go. Simple.
Yeah, he makes an amazing point. You know,
I've been trying to say those things, but I feel like I say them really badly, and he said it very well. So
yeah. When I was listening to it, I was like, wow, he definitely articulated that. Like, I was like, did he fucking practice this, or like, you know, like?
I think he wrote it out.
Yeah, I was like, this, you know, he got it, but like articulating this is, you know, just like the way he framed everything was very powerful, because
He's a very good communicator.
yeah, no, it was it's definitely I was able to, like, you know, put it into together what he was trying to say, especially because, like, you know, he's right about trying to police a decentralized movement and like letting, you know, he's saying like it's not just the aesthetics that drive the SPX community. It's like essentially like the filtering mechanisms that are built into it and the people. And yeah, I thought, you know, it's great. I'm glad he made that video and I got to fucking see it.
Yeah. We're too big now. The early days you could do it, but we're too big to even. We couldn't even police it if we wanted to.
But he's right though, because, you know, like it's aesthetics. Like, yes, they're great, but it's also like he's saying, like, this is, we were saying earlier, like it's good versus evil, right? I don't give a fuck what your aesthetics are. It's good versus evil, right? Like, we're flipping the stock market at the end of the day, right? So, you know, like, and he's saying, if you want to have these aesthetics, like, get to work, right? Like, make that shit.
Like
you're the only people that can make that shit, you know? So it makes it fucking special, you know? Like, you know? So I think
it's true.
Yeah.
I just realized too, why have I not invited him on the podcast? He's
really now he's invited. Get him on here.
Yeah, I need to invite him.
I don't see him on the timeline a lot. You know, I only.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I was just looking at T-Dog's post, he mentioned Aeon Moss, and I was like, clicked on it. I was like, why don't I even know this name? You know, like he's so.
Yeah, you don't know Moss, dude?
No, dude, I've never fucking.
Oh,
like,
Moss is Moss is
it's crazy.
He just popped on my radar too.
Yeah,
Moss. and T
Moss
Dog
has been around for a while.
Yeah, no, I mean, sounds like
And
it.
Moss, T Dog, and DePonzi, I think, meet up fairly regularly,
Right.
and like are
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of the kind of like core French Aeons.
Ponzi didn't get on our radar until he did that amazing video. With the
Yeah,
With his dome. Yeah.
so cool.
so cool.
I agree and disagree, actually.
With
What's
what?
up, Ty?
With Moss?
I agree with
Ty?
95%.
Okay.
What don't you agree with?
disagreement do you?
Yeah, go with the disagreement part.
I agree with 95%. However, it doesn't mean that we don't still need to communicate about these things. And the way that I see most of the time, people like, now everyone has their own interpretation of all of these things, right? So like, this is my experience. My experience is that, especially on the kind of art and like aesthetic arguments that people make and stuff, I think usually are like Arcane Vault hype. People that I feel like do make exceptionally SPX coded stuff. And most of the time when they have a critique, it's about lack of effort, not so much the like, is this like super SPX coded or not? I think for them, that's almost like a non sequitur. It's like, well, of course, if it's not going to be SPX coded, I'm not going to like put very much effort into it or whatever. But like, I think there's definitely a value though for people to be able to say like, hey, there's like certain kinds of aesthetics or like AI slop that's getting pushed that we should like pay attention to not pay attention to, if that makes sense.
Sure. Well, sorry, go ahead.
There was only really like one point in that monologue that I felt like, I don't know. He said something like, that's where your job stops, is like at doing your own art. But that statement in and of itself is a policing statement, isn't it? I mean, so there's this sense of like, I agree with 95% of that, but if Hype feels like there's something valuable for him to say about the aesthetics of SPX and he wants to do that, then he's coming from a good place and whatever. I think that's like important too.
I think where a lot of that miscommunication is happening is just my opinion. Kind of goes back to the thing we talked about originally about the God article. People are taking what one person is saying as SPX is saying this.
Totally.
It's just one dude saying it. Like, right. And I think we all kind of do that sometimes because it feels like, because it means a lot to us. So we kind of look at it like, if we don't agree with it, we're like, oh, you're attacking it or whatever.
Right.
So
I think Useless just made a comment. Meta commentary is still useful. I think that's what I'm trying to get at.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah, I think a very effective way to combat it though is I wouldn't say I think policing it is good. I think more effective is show it, because I think there's some people in SPX that have no idea about the original aesthetic or anything about it really.
Showing there's thousands of those people who have no idea.
Yeah, they wear Murad PFPs. Yeah, AI swap.
You got to show it. That's the number one thing.
Yeah. I don't actually see any of that on my timeline anymore because I don't interact with it and I haven't for months, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, everyone should be doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's too easy just to like and retweet, like, you know?
Right. But those guys are mostly Moon Boys anyway, so they're going now mostly. So
I don't know. There's still some people that fucking talk about this $100 fucking dumbass fucking shit, you know, like, you know, just like just stop, dude. Like, you know, like, how are you getting likes? Yeah, like, oh, I just bought all these SPX coins. Look at me, you know. It's like, why is this fucking post have like 4,000 views when it's just like some guy talking about how much he bought, you know? And it's like, these other videos and other art that all these other people are posting, like memes every day that they make. You know, like Spacey mentioned, like we're liking them, but we're not retweeting it. You know, like the ratio is so off,
Yeah.
and you're trying to push this art and aesthetics. Like we all need to get that ratio. Like it should be more retweets than fucking likes. You know, essentially, right? And you know, I guess people don't like stuff on their timeline, which how fucking gay is that? You know, I mean, in my opinion, like it's just Twitter. Like you know, like we're trying to create this timeline for others to find SPX in, and we essentially have to. That's how like you expand the Cognisphere by pushing Cognisphere fucking things. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I do think if somebody like hits a goal, like I just hit a goal, I'm very happy.
Oh yeah,
that-
I'm
I
not
think that's
talking
good.
about stuff like that, but it's just
Okay.
like people, you know, it's like every day, like it's just like, you know, I see some random shit and it's like, you know, it could just be one post and it's just like, why is that the thing that gets more? I understand the algorithm like loves people and money and like wants to push that fucking stupid shit, right? But like that's like part of our jobs is to combat the 500 algorithm, you know, like clean that shit up and you know, so
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
it's just me. It's my take.
I agree.
You see it a lot. You see it at least pretty blatantly, I feel like, on the SPX Reddit.
Yes,
you'll see posts that have like, I mean, I'm not saying this all the time, but like sometimes there's posts that are like 80 upvotes, 2 comments, and the post itself is just like garbage. And then someone made a post earlier today that was like a fucking
Yep. Michael just reposted it on Twitter.
Yeah, it's so good.
extremely
Yeah.
well.
Good.
Like,
Oh, that super long post.
Yeah, it might
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like
in
an
crypto or
incredible
something. Yeah.
post.
I did not read it yet, but it looked good. Yeah,
The handle is
it was by Aeon online.
yeah. I was just gonna say it's by Aeon online. Yeah.
I saw that. That could be. That's an article.
I guarantee you that post is going to get the same number of upvotes as the post right before it and the one right after it, or be in the same ballpark.
But y'all are helping. Y'all
Usually.
reposted it and helping it. You know.
Yeah,
For sure.
maybe we could probably find a more coordinated effort in terms of like boosting our posts that we like you said, like
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if you got like a Reddit group chat going on, but like something we can post those posts and just like comment, you know, and just because like you said, we want to, you know, comment and upvoting those. It's not like there's a million of those every day either, you know. It's just like, and that's how we push it up the feed.
Right.
I thought that was very good, for sure.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was amazing.
He should release it as an X article too. I think. I feel like that would do
probably
better.
so. I mean,
That
it
would do better.
was,
Actually,
it was like an article.
The SP500 hater actually just was messaged. I was messaging him back and forth today. He, she, whatever, and he was like asking me how to get his article. You know, the best way to get his articles on Reddit read and stuff like that. So he's looking to do that. Like all his S&P 500 articles as well, like other subreddits to maybe put them in.
that's a great idea.
And how to style.
They're so good, those articles.
Yeah,
They're
and how
amazing.
how to kind of style it instead of like one long post, you know, where
Sure.
people kind of don't want to stay. And I told him, I said, I've seen different ways of people post maybe like a shortened version up top, and then like every other comment or something is like another sub topic from the article where people can maybe just scroll and be like, all right, this interests me. Let me comment on this instead of not catching it, you know?
He's so focused lately, and he's doing like real work. Honestly,
he was telling me he's like up all night reading the Epstein files and all the other emails, and he's like, I can't stop. He's like, I can't stop. I was like, holy shit, dude.
That's awesome.
Have you guys read the Epstein files, or like dived into them at all? Like, I have no idea what's going on.
No, I mean, I kind of just feel like I know, so it's like, you know,
it gives me the icky feels. I don't really want to look at it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All the disgusting, depraved shit that you can imagine what a person with billions of dollars would do is pretty much described. So, and anybody that you think any rich and famous person is probably on that list. So
they've been saying for a while,
in some way.
Everyone you know and everyone celebrity, but.
The other thing, I saw there was a space I was going to mention too that Mike put together about the Epstein file specifically, which I thought was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That space was tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, earlier today.
Oh, it was earlier today. Okay,
it was like 3:30, I think, for a couple of hours.
Yeah, it was like 6-7 hours ago.
Marie
Okay.
Rose not on the list.
Yeah, Marie, exactly.
Nope,
It's true.
Just saying,
that's true.
you know.
There's one name you won't see on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really stoked for the 500 haters, all of his essays that he's
Yeah.
going to be doing, because that's going to be 500 articles that are going to need read off.
right. Sorry, Slow. I got a normie question. What's TLDR mean?
Too long didn't read.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. That would be amazing. Yeah, I agree with you, Henry.
I gave him some subs to try and like put the articles in to see, because those are kind of subs that would be interested in reading those things, I guess. And honestly, he'd get more. Initially, I think he would get more traction on some other subs with a lot more, people in it. Like some subs.
That's actually really.
Some subs have like a million people in there. So.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. He would honestly, his articles that he's doing would actually probably go really hard in some other subreddits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the pushback. Yeah, you're right. It is disgusting and horrible. But this is a joke. Like, there's no way.
Let me
How dare you?
There's a couple pockets in Reddit that the majority of that subreddit is like for those things, like there's anti-work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So all depending on how you
I like that.
depending on how you frame the article to them, or depending, maybe some article might hit them more, like. So there's definitely avenues for him to post those articles down and get some interesting stuff going.
Wait, Maj, are you talking about the Epstein files? What were you talking about? What do you mean? May know who wrote it. Was it Satan? Perhaps.
That is something that would be cool if someone happens to find the time or is scrolling through different subreddits that, different things that like Aeons have written, like the articles, creators writing, things like that you can like strategically get out there. Like I have way more karma in like the Gen Z subreddit than I do in the SPX Reddit. Because I've spent a good amount of time trying to think of like creative ways to have conversations and like link it back to, I'm not even necessarily concerned about shilling SPX. I'm trying to like educate people and like facilitate conversation about like, well, why are we like investing all of our money in something like the stock market? Like if literally everyone in the Gen Z subreddit is like, the world fucking sucks. And it's like, great, let me like show you how we're getting there, like everyone is, so it's like, there are creative ways, and like, there's so much good stuff in the SPX subreddit, but honestly, if there's a lot of opportunity for people to strategically be facilitating that content outside of the subreddit. There's a lot of opportunity for that.
Yeah.
I remember one like post Aeon Reborn did like,
oh yeah,
in like 2 days had like 140,000 views and hundreds of comments.
They took those down eventually, but still, like those things.
But still, the conversation happened.
How fast those articles fucking gain traction is like insane. Like you post it in the morning, and all of a sudden there's a fucking 1,000 comments on it towards the end of the day. It's like, what the hell are people doing?
I've had a few posts in the Gen Z subreddit that like were easily in the tens of thousands of views, and like got up to probably 100 comments and stuff. And
that's what I'm saying, man. The more Eons that are on Reddit and like just daily, DCAing on Reddit, dude, like, all we need is like fucking 10 people out there. Honestly, like strategically just like moving around, because it doesn't take much to like get a post seen and people talking
Yeah.
on Reddit, especially on Reddit. You know, people can't wait to say something on Reddit. You know,
Dude, they can't wait. They're just itching, man.
yeah, it's
And
what they
can't,
do. You know,
can't help themselves.